It's been a while since we haven't sang to the beginning of the podcast.
Are we in the Nosh Pit?
We are in the Nosh Pit.
I think it's a new name for our studio.
That's right, because I'm wearing the Nosh shirt.
It's got his Nosh shirt on today.
Which logo is around my belly button. It's so low.
I think it should have an arrow.
I think
Nosh on these.
Yeah, I think it's for a woman with big boobs.
Really?
It would stick out on their boobs as opposed to...
Your boobs aren't big enough.
They're not.
All right.
They're not.
Time to work on your pecs.
Yeah, before Mr. Fun started losing weight, I think he could have, his boobs...
Oh, my gosh, a spill in the middle of the podcast. Oh, my God. Let's leave it going.
Okay. Well, how are we going to do that?
Mr. Fun, he insists on having a drink.
Oh, my God, but this is live action.
And he just spilled a full drink on Biff's
Nosh shirt.
We definitely have a Nosh Pit now. It's
So since we jumped right into it, what is the drink that we spilled?
I just spilled Scotty's Kiss.
Lemon Kiss.
Lemon Kiss. It's all over the dashboard now. Whatever that thing is.
The dashboard. It's not the...
Dude, should we grab paper towels?
The mixing board. Well, you should.
Sit there and seep in. We'll take care of it.
Seep into the table.
We'll wash it. So, anyways, welcome to Talk About with Biff Lucky and Mr. Fun, the podcast where we will talk about everything. We will talk about anything. Quite frankly, we will spill a drink.
We'll spill it all.
We'll spill it all.
We're going to spill it all.
So, real quick, Scotty's Lemon Kiss is in honor of Scotty and his lady friend Jen getting engaged, which we announced last week. And, we figured there was a kiss at some point during the engagement.
I think so. I saw a few kisses on Facebook. They got in Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
Which is pretty
I'm
cool.
going to kiss Scotty.
So, I texted Scotty while he was in motion over the Pacific Ocean. On the way back on New Year's Eve is when I texted with Scotty. So, again, congrats to them. The Lemon Kiss, we used Pelligrino Limonatta and Scotty's Vodka over ice. A very delightful Sunday morning drink to throw onto a table.
Sorry, guys.
The worst thing is that, well, actually, the best thing for me and Lucky is he's the one that wanted the drink.
I know. You guys are going to have to help me out here.
Oh,
No, you have to just lick the table.
You have to lick the table.
right.
Did you drink last night? Were you shaky and how do you?
I don't even think when I lifted it up, I don't even think I closed my hand on it. I just knocked it over like it was a club.
Like you didn't have opposable thumbs. You just kind of slapped at it. So
like a flipper.
Well.
Tried to drink with my
that's how we start the show. Well, we did start with Rockfish and the Rivermen and Chesapeake Time again, which reminds us that we got plenty of feedback after last week's episode. Told it may be in the top 5 of our episodes, and this is our 2nd anniversary this week.
Nice,
right? So
if you didn't listen to last week, go back and listen.
Last week's was
funny.
Was very good. That was our 105th episode, I think. But now we're on moving into the 106 range.
Everybody likes AI topics and robot sex. And, what else?
Well, that was enough.
R-rated movies on Netflix.
A few bad dad jokes.
But we got a lot of good feedback last week. Thanks for those that contributed. I did get, for myself personally, I did talk my resolution about the book. I got a lot of people coming at me about the book.
Yeah.
So which
they want to know where they can get it.
They want to know where they can get it, and I'm going to have to. I got to hold them at the door.
Right.
And I'll let everybody know when it comes out.
So when your books finally gets published, you have these boxes of these books. Where are you going to do your first signing? You have a venue?
No, I haven't thought that far.
Well, come on.
When he tells us when he's doing his stand-up.
Yeah.
Okay, like the boat. Are you going to do like a boathouse signing? That kind of thing. Or like what?
I'll have to give that some thought.
Tell us, tease the audience. What is the book about?
It is more of a memoir, I guess I would call it. My Lucky, who has read the whole thing front to end.
Yeah.
Can tell you more,
Loved it.
Life lessons.
It's about
travels.
Did you cry?
So the name of the book, as it is now, is called "Don't Shit Where You Walk."
Okay.
Something along the lines of the not so obvious lessons in life, or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's about things that I've done, experienced, and I think people can appreciate.
Good. But things like I didn't see in there were like your farting incident at the VU where you thought your appendix.
I did not put that in there.
Or you're like pooping on in holes in India.
Yeah.
So I had an outline. I did. I what you should do. And of all these topics, I did not have those 2 on that list.
When you didn't know how to get home to in Indiana when you lived there. Right?
Oh, and that actually is in the book.
Oh, okay.
Did you
that's in the book.
name your top 5 roommates? And did I make the list?
I top 5 roommates. There's a runoff. It's like the college football playoffs.
Right.
I'm going to do this as a virtual.
Got it. Hey, in addition to that, because you're such a Renaissance man, I mean, you're so diversified, and you're well. You also, for our listeners who haven't heard, you also have a podcast, right? That's you do so much. What is your podcast?
Yeah, really, because you identified it last week as well.
I know, and I felt bad because I don't know if everybody knew.
Sleepy Speeches.
Sleepy Speeches. What is that about? What is that? What exactly is Sleepy Speeches?
As you know, Mr. Fun Guy, as I'm looking at your Fun Guy shirt, it's I read presidential or political speeches to help people fall asleep.
They fall asleep while you're reading.
Yes,
that's so interesting.
They actually, when Biff speaks on Talk About,
right,
they doze off, but then when you bring your joke up, they get back.
Right. Good yin and yang.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that to the guy that can control your microphone here in a matter of moments.
Exactly.
That's what I'll do.
Another big thing. So we all have kids.
Yeah.
You got a wedding coming up
I got an engagement. It's official. My
right.
oldest daughter Natalie and her ex-boyfriend, now fiance Jake.
Yeah.
Got engaged on New Year's Day.
Wow.
So we have at some point some upcoming nuptials to plan for.
How does that make you feel as a mid-50s man? You raise these children, and then now you have this big milestone. Like, does it give you a I'm getting oldish kind of thing? How does it make you feel?
Oh, that's a good question. No, it doesn't make me feel old. I think it's just I'm happy for my daughter and for Jake, and you just hope that it. When your kids are in relationships, you hope for something out of it.
Will you speak?
Right? Will you speak at the wedding?
Will you make a speech?
I'm sure.
Will you cry during it?
No sleepy speeches at the wedding.
He'll be like, I just want to.
I'm sure I will be emotional, and I imagine it'll be tough. But we don't know what kind of wedding it's going to be. So who knows?
Get this. Okay, so I don't mean to put a damper on your excitement.
Okay.
Because like one of the, when you have daughters, the tradition is the family of the daughter pays for the wedding.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a big trend these days.
Just started sweating.
Instead of like the one wedding, they're having his and her weddings now.
What?
Yeah. So because normally the loving couple is supposed to compromise and come up with the agenda and et cetera. The bride is usually the one making most of the controversial calls or whatever, and the husband just goes with it. But now they're having 2 ceremonies, one based on the agenda of the guy and one based on the agenda of the girl.
Okay.
Or
I'll tell you, there's going to be an agenda of the father, and it's not going to be 2 weddings. I can tell you that.
Oh, you sure? Okay. Because sometimes like the guys like to have the big parties and invite a lot of people. The brides like all the traditional nuptial things, and they care about the food and the dress and that kind of So no, you don't think that's going to be in your.
I can't imagine the parents are paying for 2 separate weddings. That sounds like a couple that's decided to have 2 separate weddings.
It would be a cool guy.
They're paying for their own.
Yeah.
Groom wedding. So you get a suite at Camden Yards, and at the 7th inning stretch, they pan to you and you do your vows. Wouldn't that be a great groom's wedding?
Look at you.
Why don't they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's not enough time between the 7th
You got to do it quick.
Yeah.
Another trend, charging people to come to the event.
Yeah.
Entry fees.
What? Like a door, you got to cover charge.
Yeah, like there's a couple. I was doing some research on this, and to attend this person's wedding cost $333 per person for tickets.
Wow. To
the Big Apple themed big day that they scheduled.
I went to a wedding, must have been 15 years ago, and there's 2 guys sitting at the table, old guys with they're Italian, and they got the envelope with the cash in it for the gift, and they're taking $100 bills $50 bills in and out of it. And I was like, what's going on? And they're like, we're trying to figure out how much this wedding cost. And we like to give our gift based on the cost of the wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they were putting money in. It was a good wedding, but it was funny. They were like comparing notes. Like, is that worth 50? What do you think? Put another 50 in there. It was fun.
Semi-related note.
Yeah.
So moving. So I have movers pick up the stuff at the house yesterday, right? And the same movers are going to drop it off in Delaware. So it's the same crew of 5 people.
Yeah.
What do you tip movers? So it's like,
Google it?
Well, how do you, and you Google it and it gives you a sort of a much smaller range than I thought, right? So, let's use a round number. Say the move's $5,000, right? That you're paying the company.
Yeah.
Interesting, called JK Moving. We'll come back to JK in a minute.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's $5,000. Do you tip based on the percentage of the total cost, which isn't going to the people that are packing the place.
Did you get like a 10, 15, and 20%?
Well, there's interesting online. They talk about $20, $30, whatever, depending upon the amount of time it takes to pack. So I'm trying to figure out how much to tip these people. It's the same people that, again, packed it for a few hours yesterday, and they're going to drive several hours, and then unpack it. I don't know how to figure out a tip for a mover.
25 years ago, I tipped the two guys each $20. Now that you say that.
Right.
Yeah,
I just don't know what the number is.
But why tip it? Why is there tipping on that? You get age-old question, or the question we've been asking ourselves for the last couple of years. Why do you got to tip on something like that?
Yeah, I mean, do you tip your garbage people? Do you tip your mail person? A lot of people do with regularity.
I know they do.
Right. And they have salaries, right? They draw salaries.
Yeah.
I actually think I'd have to think this through, but I think a tip is warranted if somebody's doing that type of labor. Like the harder they work, I think the more I want to tip them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't like tipping the barista at Starbucks. I think I don't know why. I don't tip that person
it's the
for
same
taking my order.
It's the same concept. I love the postman.
Right.
They do a great job. But that's their job to do that.
But I tip a postman because they're out there in rain, snow, sleet.
But they typically, to get their tips, they give you a Christmas card.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes with the envelope.
Yeah, with the envelope in there. But look, the tipping thing is just perverted, right? And especially in the U.S. But it's an interesting debate that we're trying to figure out what the number is.
Right. What did you do?
Well, I haven't done it yet because I'm going to tip on the thing. I was going to start at, honestly, 50 a person.
Yeah.
But I was thinking I was going to go to 75.
Wow.
Just because of the time.
When do you give it to them? After
when they're
safe
done.
delivery?
When they're walking away.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give it to the leader and then let him distribute it.
All right.
If they do a poor job or something you're not satisfied with, are you still going to give them that amount?
Yeah, I'm going to say, here, this could have been yours, and then I'm going to hand them a 20. No, I'm not. No, I mean, they've done a great job so far. That's one of the reasons I'm really wanting.
Leaving the envelope open and deciding based on the job.
Of course, Mr. Fun's going to say
exactly. Start with 75 and take it out if they stuck.
I'd like to follow Mr. Fun along all these different times when he has to actually stroke
There's a lot going through my mind.
Tip.
Yeah, when it comes to money, I got the devil, the angel.
Here's a dollar I've been
He pulls out, he's got like Costanza's wallet he pulls out of his back. He cracks it open and then the dust flies out. And then he pulls out a dollar. Yep. Like it's the hardest earned dollar he's ever had.
Be cheap.
And he gives it to him like
very generous.
Very nice job. Puts it in
very
his hand,
generous. Hey, how about a joke of the day?
Yeah, why don't you go into it?
Is it Notre Dame or Notre Dame?
What is it in Baltimore? Didn't one of your kids go to? Well, one of your kids went to Loyola, but they have a Notre Dame high school.
Yeah.
What is they say Notre Dame?
Yeah, I don't know. People say it both ways.
Right.
Well, it reopened after the
Notre
fire.
Dame Prep. No.
Yeah, you're talking about the cathedral.
Yeah. So, and
you're going to tell a joke about the Notre Dame Cathedral?
You know that the joke, it's hard for me because I like to tell dirty jokes, but then I think I'm supposed to start, you tell me, I think I'm supposed to start the podcast off
with spilling a drink.
With spilling a drink and telling a joke that is acceptable to all, maybe? I don't know.
Really?
That's where I'm going. And I like the idea of not making it like a silly dad joke. Like I like to make it, so it's a story. I like to put a story in. Notre the story about the hunchback of Notre Dame.
Uh-huh.
So when he died, they needed to replace him. So the head of the cathedral put out a call for a new bell ringer. So this guy shows up and he's got no arms, right? And he's like, I want to be the new bell ringer. And so the guy goes, well, I don't think you're qualified. I mean, how are you going to ring the bell? So the guy goes, I'll do it by slamming my head against the bell. And the guy goes, I don't know if that's going to work. So it's time to ring the bell. So he gets up there and he swings his body and he hits his nose and his mouth against the bell, bong, bong, for every hour. And he's amazing. So then the next hour comes by and he's about to ring it and he loses his footing. He falls off the tower and he's dead on the ground. And so the priests gather around him and the one guy goes, who's that? And he said, it's the new bell ringer. Do you recognize him? And he goes, I don't, but his face rings a bell.
I thought you were going to say he was a dead ringer.
He was a dead ringer. That's good
that's where I thought you were going to go with
Look
that.
at you, Mr. Biff.
Did you wait a minute? Okay, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to the bathroom before?
Am I moving a lot?
Did you go to the bathroom before you came to the podcast today?
I tried.
Number 2.
The Ozempic's making my bowel movements a little bit challenging.
Well,
they're either all or nothing.
Did you?
So I did try.
Okay, Biff, what did you go?
I have done my business.
Okay, so I can tell because you didn't drop a drink.
Yeah.
Because there's a recent study.
Got me a little nervous.
And we should take stock of this, and so should our listeners. Pooping before a performance you have to make actually helps improve your performance. There's a new study out that said that.
Really?
Yeah. It basically it helps improve performance from a mental perspective.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of people are making sure they go number 2 before they have big tests, podcasts to deliver, that kind of thing. So there's a test out there. They had everybody. They had a control group. This group didn't poop. This one pooped on their own, and this one used like a laxative to poop. And they gave them what's called the Stroop test. Have you taken the Stroop test?
Nope.
Okay, the Stroop test actually, again, gauges your performance, whether you're from a mental capacity standpoint. All right, so just lesson learned. Make sure we're pushing one out before we come to the podcast.
I saw a reel on social media where the parent is sitting in the bathroom and they yell to the kid, "Hey, I'm out of toilet paper. It's in the closet. Can you bring it?" And they've set it up where they have chocolate on their hands, and the kid hands them the toilet paper, and they go, "Thanks," and they wipe it on the kid's hand.
Yeah.
And the kid totally freaks out. Some are gagging, some are like, and I'm going to do that to Mrs. Fun.
So apparently, apparently movers have to get going. They poop again at the house.
Right.
Again.
You told us that.
Yes.
This
is just it's a trend. A mover apparently doesn't. They get. They don't quite get moving until they get to the movie's house.
They don't have access to bathrooms to go number 2.
I guess not.
This has happened to you twice.
Oh, it's happened more than that.
So again, your movers are in your house,
right? And I get in broken English. Can I use your bathroom?
How do they say it?
Sure.
Broken
I'm not going to do it.
And then what? That they took a number 2 by they.
Well, no, you can pretty much tell when somebody goes number 2.
Yeah, they crop dusted.
It wafts.
Yeah,
it did.
I asked my son about this. And I told him, I was like, this is the second time Biff had this incident where the movers dropped a massive bomb in his house. And he goes, well, yeah, I mean, maybe they're taking advantage of pooping in these nice places that they don't get a chance to at other times. Right. I'm like, okay, maybe that's
in the nice baño.
The baño.
Now, did you take $25 out of the envelope?
I haven't. That's right.
Buy the potpourri to make the place smell good. But that's crazy. Like, again, I would think that would be like sort of, a faux pas.
I don't know, but
how long are they in for?
Well, they were there about 2.5 hours.
How long are they in your bathroom?
I don't remember.
No,
a few minutes.
I mean, do they hurry?
Using the squatty, you don't have the
squatty body. That's right.
Do you want this moved? The squatty body?
Yeah, they with the poopery.
Thumbing through penthouses while they're in there.
So we heard. Go ahead.
Do you have penthouse in your bathroom?
I can imagine Biff does.
Yeah,
he probably has them alphabetized.
Penthouse.
From the outhouse to the penthouse, right?
Yeah.
Was that was that Jefferson's?
I don't know.
Moving on up. Yeah, that's what it was.
Funny.
Do they still have Penthouse magazine?
I don't know. No, everything's online.
Everything's online.
You can't go into like the 7-Eleven and go into the section with they have the plastic magazine.
Honestly, I think they
do
have like disgusting magazines, like the kind you would never leave out, except if you're Biff.
So I heard from JK he this week. Just so where in the world is JK this week? You guys are on the same text. You remember he was going Washington, Utah, Illinois, and back to Utah.
Yeah.
So that's his cycle this week.
Right.
And I was little JK this week. I had a truck. I was a truck driver.
Oh, nice.
Because I moved some stuff. So I this is on Friday. For those around here, it snowed. Right, I'm briefly on Friday. Right?
Yeah.
Did it snow at your house?
No. Yes.
We got a plastic.
Yeah. Drove through a whiteout on the Eastern Shore like I've never driven, and I'm in a truck.
Yeah.
Again,
A big box truck.
Right.
windy, can't see a thing.
Wow.
And I've never driven in snow like that probably since
didn't
I've
pull over?
Did not pull over. I kept going.
You were gonna do
my
it
theory
no
is I'm
matter
going to
what.
keep going, and couldn't see a thing though. Just I only where I knew the road was over when you got on the rumble strips.
Oh.
Because you couldn't see anything.
Wow.
It was crazy. I've never driven anything like that.
Could you tell whether there were other cars?
There was one car ahead that put its flashers on all of a sudden. Why is it putting its flashers? Because it had driven into the whiteout.
Right.
Lost track of him. I keep going. I'm driving around again. I'm doing the truck driver.
What miles per hour were you going?
I was probably going 30, I think, at that point, on a road that's 55.
I would have pulled over.
Really?
I think so.
No, but I was worried because it's a rear-wheel drive truck. I was worried about pulling over and not being able to start again.
How long was the storm?
Well, what I drove through at that point was probably 10 minutes of pure whiteout.
Wow.
I just drove, and I got to Route 50, and it cleared up because there was more traffic.
Yeah.
But I've never been anything like it.
And you had the issue of the wind, too.
Right. I was worried about going over the Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
But the wind had... By the time I got to the Bay Bridge, you could see the moon, so the storm
now
had
you're
passed.
driving the truck. Did your mind flash to Lucky stories about everything that goes on in truck stops? Did you feel like you should pull over?
Yeah.
Try to experience the wacky world of
me and my
deviant behavior.
Me and my 16-foot Penske truck.
If they see a U-Haul coming, they know an amateur is rolling.
Yeah, yeah,
They're not going to get no time of day.
No deviant behavior in a U-Haul. Huh? All right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. So Lucky and I also what did we decide to do at happy hour on New Year's Eve? The three of us, and only 2/3 of us actually did it the next day.
You guys decide a lot for me.
Yeah.
You know that you're like, hey, we're going to do this. I right away go, there's no shot in hell I'm doing it.
So we had the discussion.
Yeah.
It was actually 4 of us. So Jim M from Ocean City was that we're going to go into the ocean. We're going to do our own polar plunge against everything I've ever talked about doing. About doing it, but I'd had maybe a beer in me at that point. I'm like, okay, we'll do it. I wish we had done it then because there was more motivation. So the next day, we go to Lucky's.
We had a little open house.
He barely had open eyes, Lucky, because he had tied one on the night before.
Had too much fun.
On New Year's Eve. But we decided to go in the ocean, and Mr. Fun, we were waiting for you to show up.
I know. I'm going to give you guys a tell on me. You know how?
Yeah.
So when you guys are nodding up and down, yes, I reach for a drink. And I drink it. I control my head. I don't nod yes or no.
Why would you not do the polar plunge?
New Year's Day is traditionally a day of sleep for me.
Okay.
I sleep on you guys are texting 1,000 texts. Bing, bing, bing. I'm just listening to it. And I'm like, I want to shoot myself right now. And the first one starts with Biff saying, I don't know. I had much more motivation yesterday. And then bing, bing, bing. Then I look and it says, all right, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I mean, peer pressure.
Well, if I'm going to do the polar plunge in the state I was the night before, we went to the Starboard and, drank our faces off, or at least I did.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm the one saying, let's do it, you guys
it looked like a lot of fun.
So we show up and we sit around for an hour and a half talking about going in the water.
Really? I thought you did it right away.
No, we didn't go right away.
We were waiting for you.
I know.
We were waiting for you. Shockingly.
Could have waited.
Which
all
does
day.
remind me, a guy said to me one time when you're in discussions with somebody, like selling somebody something, and they say okay.
Right.
He goes, you got to remind yourself that okay doesn't mean yes.
Right.
Right? Because a lot of people take okay as they're committed.
Right.
The reality isn't. But anyway, so we finally we get ourselves together. It's New Year's Day, if everybody remembers around here. It was blowing 30 miles an hour easily.
So fun.
And I looked at the water temperature before we went into the ocean. I go, how cold is the water? 44 degrees.
Okay.
The water is in the Atlantic Ocean at that point. So we go on the beach. There's 4 or 5 other people that come up that were part of the polar plunge.
Right.
Again, for no charity. This is some ridiculous. We're just going to jump in the ocean.
Yeah, great idea.
So I hear as everybody's getting into their bathing suit or disrobing and have their bathing suits on. Well, are you going to get your head under? Right. And most people go no, right? So I go running towards the water. I get in the water. Lucky gets into about. Covers his junk. It gets right back out.
First one in.
I know.
Right.
Okay, and the first one out, and he didn't go under. So, but I'm like, okay, well, everybody's not going under. Then I see Jim M. He dives into the wave.
Nice.
I'm like, shit. Now I got to go under.
He's a real man.
So I went under the wave. So then we run out, and at one point, I look at Lucky, and he's running south. He's not running back towards his place.
He was still drunk.
I know. He is. I'm like, why is he running the wrong way?
Yeah, he was still drunk. I'm telling you.
I was trying to dry off. I'm trying to go with the wind.
There's no way I'm going, like, I'll do maybe top of my legs. My testicles would communicate with my legs and be like, stop running. I would not go.
It was interesting. It was the first time I've ever done it, to go in anything that cold. And I went under and got out. Now Jim M's done it 4 days in a row. Now he's texting us.
Gift was the polar tubs. A lot of people got that for Christmas.
Yeah, because you do that for 3 minutes. It's good for your body.
Oh, sure it is.
What is it? What are the health?
It burns calories. Just being in cold water burns calories, and it also recovery. It takes your sore muscles and they go away.
Right, and it's good to make your penis look like a pine cone or whatever.
Pine cone?
An acorn. An acorn.
Pine
Yeah, that would be disgusting.
Would you start out as a pineapple?
Got a big round thing between his legs.
Exactly.
Then you go to a little round thing between your legs.
Yeah.
So are we going to make it an annual Polar Plunge, Luck?
Yeah. I mean, I like the tradition of,
doing something like that.
Yeah, going to the beach and doing it, spending it with you guys, of course.
Okay.
Now, whether I go back to the starboard, again, we were like, 55 and year old up, hanging up with the 21 and up crew.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing that anymore.
Really, I had a great time.
No, I'm not doing that. And by the way, if any of the listeners want to know whose phone bings, which it happens with regularity, it's Mr. Fun's phone.
Very important.
Bing.
Very important.
Bing. So, anyways.
All right.
So, and we didn't talk about this last week, but I thought it was important that we bring this up today, is our predictions for 2025.
Okay.
And so I put together a list of things, but I'm just curious, and in terms of...
Hey, wait, before you go there, I'm cutting you off, but I have a poop joke. So me and my wife found ourselves arguing about which way to load the toilet paper, up or down. And we went to a therapist, and the therapist suggested we do it the way the other person suggested. The therapy was called role reversal.
Oh.
No?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead with your prediction.
All of that?
Thank goodness we waited for that one.
So
predictions.
Any big predictions from you guys before I have a few questions and whether you think some of these predictions are going to be true or not. But any big predictions from you guys this year?
Yeah.
So any dimension: sports, economics, politics, pop culture.
This might be wishful thinking, but I think the Mets aren't going to be good after signing Soto.
Okay.
I think they're going to disappoint their fans again because it's the Mets.
Do they have the pitching?
Right.
That's the issue, right? They got hitters.
Yep. So I think the Mets are going to be bad. I think I think something crazy is going to happen. I think I don't know to talk. I think we're going to acquire Canada or something.
Did you see the thing about Greenland?
Yeah, Greenland,
the Panama Canal.
Yeah, I think there's going to be within the next year. That's too soon.
But it's interesting. Trump's catching hell about Greenland, right? The comments. Yeah. But I guess other presidents have asked for this. Harry S. Truman did.
Yep.
They strategically tried to buy it
because it's a strategic location.
Yeah, strategic location has natural resources and things like that. It's not the craziest thing in the world.
Well, back in the 1800s,
that's what they did.
Buying stuff all the time.
The Louisiana Purchase that in its name is that sort of stuff. So why does that stop? Because it's the modern world.
Yeah.
Why not?
Up to the 58,000 civilians.
If they get off for $500 million or whatever the number is, they'll be rich beyond their wildest dreams for the rest of their lives, and then they can move out of Greenland.
Mr. Fun, what about any predictions of Moo Dang?
Moo Dang. Moo Dang. Moo Dang.
What's going to happen with Moo Dang?
Sounds delicious. I would like beef Moo Dang.
The Moo Dang is the internet's pygmy hippo darling.
Oh, that guy.
Oh.
Okay, so there's a prediction. I'm curious because you're big into hippos.
Yeah.
That there's a prediction that Moo Dang is going to enter into hiding when biblical scholars realize that the red heifer sacrifice needed to inaugurate the third temple is a mistranslation, and the actual sacrifice requires a tiny, blemish-free behemoth matching her description.
What happened to Lucky?
I have no idea.
He just became like a Dungeons and Dragons weirdo.
But
what was that?
I
don't even know what he said.
I have no idea who Moo Dang is, but apparently it's some internet pygmy hippo that's like everybody knows about.
His Moo Dang's sister was born with one leg. They called her Hoppo. She was a Hoppo.
Okay. Okay, so I want to go back to the first year of our podcast, right around the same time. And we talked about, I went back and got some predictions from 100 years before.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, do you remember this one where there was a guy, Albert Wiggum, who was an American psychologist at the time, predicted that people 100 years from now, specifically women, would be homely, dull people because them having more children, etc., would make the future woman not attractive.
Right.
Make her turn ugly. Okay. Like American Beauty is bound to decline, according to this guy.
This is going to happen this year?
No, he predicted it 100 years ago.
We talked about that, and this came up again that because he made this prediction in 1925.
Right.
So 100 years from that point is so. I mean, I think our beauties have stayed beautiful. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, so I just wanted to bring that one back because that one came up in a bunch of the lists. Okay.
We're not talking about the hippos still, are we?
No, right from ugly hippos to beautiful Americans.
Yeah, I know.
So,
quite the segue.
Where'd you find this?
So listen, okay, I also asked the internet, ChatGPT,
right?
You know, what are the predictions for Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun? Okay, so these are some interesting ones for 2025 for us. So Biff could be, but it might be the type of podcaster who focuses on emerging technology, social issues, or personal growth. I think it's a prediction. You know, his book. Social issues. I don't know. We'll see. But you forefront of using new podcast platforms.
Okay.
Creating multimedia content that blends audio, video, and interactive features. So that's what ChatGPT says for you. For me,
I'm sorry. How long was I asleep?
Come on. Listen. Mr. Fun, be careful. Lucky could be the more lighthearted or comedic member of the trio.
Yes.
Potentially gaining a large following for their casual yet insightful takes on current events, pop culture, or personal anecdotes.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and then
I'm not threatened.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mr. Fun might be Mr. Fun might be the charismatic personality who thrives in discussions about creativity, entertainment, or interviews with influential guests. By 2025, you could evolve into a media mogul.
What?
Wow.
Yep. Potentially hosting multiple podcasts.
Wow.
Not a Sleepy Speeches podcast, by the way. Okay. Writing books. They say you're going to be the one writing books.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
In 2025.
You have to read a book first.
Books?
Yeah, you got to read a book.
I can write the forward. What
The
is that called?
the forward. That's right.
I can write that.
Okay, here's a couple quick hitters.
Yeah.
Okay, we asked this one last year.
There's more.
Oh.
These are quick hitters.
All right.
Taylor Swift, dating, engaged, married, or broken up with Travis Kelce.
Engaged.
Engaged this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Engaged.
I would say engaged.
Yeah.
Okay. What? Okay. Our Terps, are they going to make the NCAA tournament in basketball and be bowl eligible in football?
I'm predicting.
Yes, in basketball.
Yeah, I think this crazy loss a couple days ago is gonna change that.
They have a big game today, though, right?
Yeah,
Against
they're
Oregon.
Gonna win today. They're gonna win.
Oregon's ranked pretty high, right?
Yep, they're gonna win today.
But that football, not a chance. Oh,
Nope.
no, bowl eligible.
Bowl eligible.
Who gives a shit?
Bowl eligible. That's at least a big improvement from this year.
Yep, they'll be bowl.
That means one more win, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how we evaluate success with the football team as being bowl eligible. Okay, agree or disagree? The Detroit Lions and LA Dodgers will win their respective league championships in 2025.
So does that mean this season?
Yeah, Detroit's going to win the Super Bowl
This
coming
season. I'd say the odds are against them winning.
Because there's a lot of
There's good teams.
Yeah.
up. Okay.
The Dodgers probably yes, right? Haven't they loaded up more? They still have good pitching, and they're so good. They'd be hard to beat the Dodgers.
Unless the Yankees.
I'd say that. Well, prediction for me is they've got to change the college football playoff.
Yeah.
The top seeded teams all lost on the first weekend they played. So all the teams, well, they're very strong teams. Penn State, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Texas. They're very good teams. They weren't the highest seeded teams.
Yeah.
So there's
But
something
the seeding
wrong.
stuff was a little hokey.
Well, there were some. I mean, Arizona State gave Texas a run for the money, even though they were probably the weakest, second weakest after Boise State.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that the extra week off didn't help the highest seeded teams.
Yeah. Well, the way they determine the highest four seeded teams is the winner of the SEC,
Right.
ACC, Big Ten, whatever the other ones are. And those aren't necessarily the best teams. So it's those conferences exerting themselves on those to take those seedings, i.e., pick the 12 best teams and then seed them.
No, I understand that. So there's something that's still fundamentally wrong. So I think they need to change it. And I predict they'll make some tweak. They've got to make a tweak of some sort.
Okay, last prediction. Okay, because we talk about AI. What kind of services do you think AI is going to take over in 2025?
I think I think the days of marketing companies and anything where people were asking for assistance writing an ad, all that kind of stuff. I think those industries are dying because of AI. I really do.
So by the end of 2025, like you think a big section of like marketing, writing materials, brochures.
I think anytime you're going to write, a realtor's going to write a description of a house. Yeah. I think they're going to be reluctant at first and then go, well, this works. So
I think I've talked to somebody that has a small business and they do catalogs, right? Or something that, whether it's online or a physical catalog, they do have AI write it now. Yeah. So I think to your point, it puts out small marketing agencies.
Okay.
I think large ones exist. There was just a big consolidation. I read Publicis and I forgot the other part, $31 billion, the ad agencies combined together. So media, and there will still be top ad agencies, but I think the smaller marketing shops go away of the dodo.
I have 2 questions. Are you done?
One my prediction is customer support. This is the year the customer support gets more. It's basically that segment of support of service is going to be.
But having recently done it on chatbots, right, or whatever, and which are AI now. There's still something missing there. Maybe it gets better.
They're going to get better in
because I still can't seem to identify the right words for them to answer back.
What is everybody in India going to do?
In Bharat?
Poop.
Yeah. They're going to poop. Hey, so I got 2 probing questions. Maybe you can answer a question for me. Butt cheeks. I don't know if that's one word or do you spread them apart? No? Okay, a bunch of people from Portugal are called Portuguese. If there's one person, is
Portuguese?
If there's one person, is it a Portugoose?
Come on.
No.
That's very good.
Is it? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I must admit that. So,
I must admit.
Good.
I must reluctantly admit.
Begrudgingly admit. It behooves me to admit it, or you're going to make fun of me with another, something shoving up my ass joke.
Here's something we're not talking about, by the way.
What's that?
Another sports-related thing. Alex Ovechkin's chasing Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal scoring thing. He's like 23 away.
Yeah.
We haven't. Is that on anybody's radar?
Yeah, obviously diehard NHL fans, but NHL has really dropped to the 5th sport, right?
You think? I think NBA is below NHL. I mean, both.
Well, not from a. If you just look at ESPN as a gauge for what it is, they're all about the NBA and not about the NHL. But the fact is that you got very diehard fans in cities, but it's hard to get secondary fans in the NHL. And Ovechkin's doing much longer, right, than Gretzky took.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I think
it is. I think it's taking a lot longer. So it's taking some of the steam off that. Although he's played with one team, which is rare.
Yep.
Right, which is good. Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. Do you have a risque joke, Mr. Fun?
It's not exactly anything you couldn't share with the crowd.
Like Notre Dame and
Little Johnny. You know Little Johnny?
Yes.
He tells his 6th grade teacher he needs to go to the boys' room to take a piss. His teacher says, "You can go, but I want you to use the word urinate." So Johnny says, "Okay, you'd be a 10 if your tits were bigger, but right now you're an 8."
Could see where that one was going.
Did you?
Boom. All right. Do you have another one, or is that do you typically interrupt with another joke?
Let's see. Oh, so I'm making this up on the fly. So there's a guy, and he comes back from overseas. He was in the military, and his wife says, "Were you faithful to me?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "How did you do that? And he goes, "I trained my penis." And so he goes, "You want to see how it works?" So he goes, "Sure." And he takes down his pants and he goes, "Attention," and his cock comes to full attention,
right. full erect.
Yes, and then he goes, "At ease," and it goes back to a placid state. So she goes, let me try. And she goes, "Attention," and boom, it's hard. And then she says, "At ease," and it goes, soft again. So she goes, "This is amazing. Let me show my neighbor. Let me show our neighbor." So the neighbor comes over and she's this hot chick. And she goes, say it. So she goes, "Attention," and his cock gets hard. And then she goes, "At ease," and it stays hard. And the guy's so mad because he thought he had his cock trained that he runs into the bathroom, and his wife runs in after him, and she goes, "Honey, is everything okay?" And he's in there vigorously masturbating. And she goes, What's wrong? And he goes, "He wasn't listening, so I'm giving him a dishonorable discharge."
Did you read that joke in the back of your military magazine?
It was a punchline. I had to work up the joke.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do it. Oh, speaking of which, can I do one thing before we say goodbye?
Yes.
All right. So, a lot of the listeners from last week said, I said, or 2 weeks ago, I said, "Did you get the joke of when I made the guys tell their own jokes?" And they were like, "I didn't really get the Biff joke. It was funny, but I didn't get the one about the bartender.
Holding the fruit."
Yeah. And I said, I think I have to dumb it down for you guys a little bit because it was like humor, my comedic genius. Really, I didn't realize you wouldn't get the joke. See, Biff is trying to be macho when he orders a strong drink. And he's trying to pretend he's not gay. So he asks for a strong drink, and then the bartender, and then he blows it because he says, "Hold the fruit." Back in the day, they used to call gay guys fruits. So he was basically saying, "Hold me," to the bartender. No, you still don't get it?
Yeah, we went along. We weren't the only ones. There are times Lucky and I look at each other.
Hold the fruit.
In the first chapter of Telling Jokes, the book of how to tell jokes, if you have to explain the joke, it's probably not funny.
Yes.
But is it funny now, hold the fruit? It's still not funny?
It's
okay.
It's,
all right.
Look, I will grant you it was a good attempt.
All right, good.
Right, that was good. So how do they get a hold of us? Like they did last week, Lucky?
talkabout2023@gmail.com. If you see us on the street, you can actually approach us as well.
We are approachable.
We're very approachable.
We are approachable.
And so if you have something that's burning, you have to say to us, if you see us, tell us.
Right.
Okay.
If you see something, say something.
Right.
But if you need
silence is violence.
You need the convenience of email.
I don't even know what that means.
What'd you say?
Silence is violence. Remember that one?
To the podcasters. That's what it is. So... Well, good. Now, I know you said, Mr. Fun, that you were... I just had one more thing to say before we say goodbye.
I actually should have saved it for that, right?
Really? All right. Well,
but listen, I again, can you guys comment? Because I think it'd be fun if you comment on the social media sites. When you like and comment, I think other people will be like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
People will listen.
And on the platforms, podcast platforms, please do that there. So it's good to see you guys. We will have our bonus time in literally 2 seconds after I hit and say... goodbye, like I'm about to in a moment. So please listen to that. Until we do it again next week. Again, it's been 2 years. Talk about 2023. It's now talk about in 2025.
This podcast hasn't been 2 years. It's been about 35 minutes.
That's right. It's only Mr. Fun's joke felt like that. But there we go. So good. Until we do it again next time, let me just say goodbye. All right.
So we talked about 2025 predictions. What's not going to happen in 2025?
I'm not going to care about the pygmy hippo. I don't even know what you were saying.
Hippos are a thing of the past. No more
hippo-free podcast.
Hippo-free.
Biff's
really?
Hippo-free? Well, only
if there's an update on Chapo's hippos.
El Chapo's hippos.
Yeah. Are Biff's pecs going to grow and the Nosh shirt?
So the Nosh shirt rises up.
I predict that doesn't happen.
Wow. By the way, the fungi looks like a penis.
Yes, it does.
The base of the fungi. Right. It kind of looks like before your pine cone appears.
I predict Biff is going to eat all the super fun penis candy mints on the way home today.
What are the calorie count on those?
I don't know. Yeah. I predict that the air freshener is going to end up on the back of somebody's car.
Oh, on the back?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, did you back in the day, people used to slap different bumper stickers on people's cars, and like a political, like if you were a Republican fan, you put the Democratic. I think we should do that. Start a new trend, but get some provocative, risque bumper stickers.
Why don't we talking about bumper stickers? We'll just act like everybody's our fan. Everybody's our fan.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you're missing something if you're not listening to talk about it. It's something really creative, like let's ask AI to produce the marketing speech.
Are you a bumper sticker guy for your podcast or for your car?
By the way, you know what? I haven't even been playing the music.
Oh, good.
But I'll turn it up. We're supposed to be talking over the music.
Yeah. Should we do it again?
No.
All right.
Do you put bumper stickers on your car? Would you do that?
No, never have.
Some people are like, I would do.
Never have.
No. Never have.
I'd maybe put one on the glass, but nothing that's permanent on the car.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So you can scrape it off.
Okay. So no podcast bumper stickers for us.
We'll take them. We'll put them on somebody else's car. Somebody else's car. So anyway, so we're at that point that we have to do what, Mr. Fun?
We have to thank everybody for listening.
Yeah.
We have to invite them to listen to us again next week. Tell a friend and they'll part of your family.
I want to thank Mr. Fun for not spilling the other two drinks that we had on the table.
And whatever you do, never say.
What?
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
See you guys.
See ya.
Couple of friends come floating by my dock. By morning my head's gonna rock.